Hey guys, Peter here to do an EP review. Today I'm here to tell you about the latest from Cirith Ungol, Half Past Human, out May 28th on Metal Blade Records. This release has 4 tracks, 22 minutes in length, and this is the band's first ever EP. They are an iconic heavy metal band from the USA. Now, these songs are not brand new. These are not brand new 4 tracks that they're putting out there, perhaps some leftovers from their previous album, Forever Black, that came out in 2020. It's not the case. They went into the vault and they found some deep cuts, songs that perhaps hadn't seen the light of day, at least not in an appropriate way, in order for the fans to really be able to digest them. They brought those songs into the present, revamped them, reshaped them, gave them a new flavor, a new facelift, if you will, bring a little bit of a modern touch to them, and that's exactly what this EP is all about. I honestly feel like this is the perfect way to stay in touch with the fans, stay connected in between records. I don't think if it was for the pandemic, we wouldn't see this release coming out. The band probably would be touring, supporting their Forever Black album. That's probably what their plans were like before this whole pandemic started. But considering the situation that we're in and they're not able to support that full-length record, it really makes no sense working on another full-length album at this point. So doing this, bringing some deep cuts back into the forefront, back into modern times, giving them a little bit of a modern twist, is perhaps the best way to give something special to the fans during these troubling times. Now let's go through these 4 songs, starting off with Route 666. Great opening track in terms of the lyrical content and how the song is designed and how the song is structured, the soundscape that it has. It really sets you off to the races, if you will. So I really like the fact that the album starts off with this track, a very potent track, a track that has a lot of movement, that has a lot of intent, that has a lot of intensity built into it. A perfect way to get things going. I love the feel of the song. It adds a little bit of a sense of a journey to it, a track that brings a lot of darkness into the forefront. It brings that darkness on a musical side, on a vocal side, and definitely on the lyrical side. All 3 elements are kind of giving you the same sensation, the same experience, which allows the song to be very balanced from top all the way to the bottom. The guitars on this track are just outstanding. Great dueling solos. I love that aspect of this song. It's one element that you're only going to get on this track. You're not going to get it on any other song. Really sets this one apart from everything else and allows this song to have a really great live atmosphere. I just love the overall guitar sound and how the vocals really help keep the track balanced all the way throughout. Next is Shelob's Lair, a more direct song. I felt the approach on this track was a lot more direct. The guitars led the way, as they do pretty much throughout the whole EP. In this song, they felt like they jump a little bit perhaps more into the forefront. The vocals added some volume, specifically when they put some layers into it. It made the sound feel a little bit bigger, not necessarily heavier. The bass really jumps off as well. This is a track where you can really digest the bass, the sound that it has, what it's doing to the song, the atmosphere that it's creating, and I love that bass sound on this track. A very pure rock and roll driven song all around. It really has that essence in the way it's built, in the way it's structured, in the way the guitars come across. Everything feels old school about this track, from structure to sound to execution. It almost feels like a live song in a studio setting. It has a lot of the elements that would really allow this track to work really well in a live setting, but they were able to capture those elements and put it into the track in the way it sounds and the way it comes across. The solo section on this song is just bananas. I love the sound. I love what they did, how extended it is, how intricate it is. It just adds a lot of life to the track. Next, Brutish Man-child, a mixture of classic rock with classic heavy metal. That's perhaps the best way to describe the experience of listening to this song, how it comes across, how it's built, and how it's delivered. A simple track. It feels very linear. It feels very simple. It doesn't feel like there's a lot within it in order for you to really digest it and understand exactly what is happening from beginning all the way to the end. The guitars are the song. They don't just lead the way, they become the track itself. Everything lives off of what the guitars are doing. Everything else is a passenger on that ride. Even the vocals, everything is there to really enhance what the guitars are doing. They take center stage nearly from the beginning all the way to the end. They never really take a foot off the pedal. They never leave the podium. They're always there guiding you, giving you the overall experience, and giving you everything this song has to give. Last but not least, Half Past Human, closing track, the longest song on the record, over the 7-minute mark. A song that has a little bit of a ballad feel to it, a metal ballad, if you will. Very dark, very doomy, but it has a lot of ballad elements in the way it's constructed and the way it comes across. It feels a little bit more methodic at the opening, but you know it's brewing, you know it's growing, you know it's a song that's going to morph, that is not going to stay linear, that is not going to stay constant from that opening salvo all the way to the end. There's a sense of growth. You feel it in the air, you feel it in the atmosphere, you feel it in the sound. As the track progresses, the song becomes a little bit bigger, it gains a little bit more poise. There are some dips, and there are some valleys, and there are some peaks. It's a song that has an ebb and flow, if you will, but it's not really abrupt in those ebbs and flows. It never goes too far up, it never goes too far down. It stays nearly constant within certain parameters. Starts slow, it builds up, it gains more momentum, it gains a little bit more volume. I love the acoustic guitars that they used on this track. It really added a lot of atmosphere. It balanced out the song. It gave a little bit of that darkness at the beginning. It really set the tone, set the mood for what this song is going to be like. But a song that has an incredible sound all around, closes off the record in the best way possible, and it's really an exclamation mark on this overall release. I love how this song sounds, I love how it's put together, I love how it stretches out and how it morphs and how it changes. Really allows you to stay engaged with it from the beginning all the way to the end, because you feel different emotions as you progress through it. Different shades of darkness, if you will. This is it. Cirith Ungol, Half Past Human, EP out May 28th on Metal Blade Records. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.